Good morning. Welcome to another muddy country road, which was a surprise. Speaking of surprise, I'm seeing this right now. Somebody on this road lost their handle crank lever. So if anybody's missing this, I will set it right over here. So passerbys can find it like, okay, there's my handle. I'll pick it up. Anyway, it rained again last night. Early this morning, we got another half inch, and we had when I was gone to California, we had 60 hundredths, so another inch 10, and that was on Sunday. Happy July 18th. Did I already say that? Tuesday, and I was out here when I got home trying to get this pivot up and running. Welcome to Laura Farms. This is actually Laura's farm that she used to rent from her grandpa a couple years ago. Now I'm farming it. I'm actually Lead Farms, L-E-A-A-D. My name is Cale Carlson. Lead is my corporation. I did not have a voltmeter when I was out here before on this pivot panel. So we open up this box. I've got the voltmeter. I've actually turned this off. This is a phase converter because you can see across the road there we've got two power lines coming in. And so that's a single phase system. All of our pivots run off three phase. There would have to be 3 or 4 wires up there to know if you had 3 phase to the road. Anyway, single phase goes into this power converter, turns it into 3 phase. I don't know how. You pro electricians out there, if you know or understand how that works and can explain it, feel free to drop it in a comment below. I just know that's what we need and that's what we have. So, as we're going through all the electronics, basically the only thing I can do is check the fuses first. You always want to check fuses first and foremost, and or the ground. It's always the ground. I have this voltmeter set to this position to test connectivity. Anyway, essentially, this is what it means. If you put these together, it will beep if it connects. So these fuses, good. My screen wouldn't come on. That's why I thought it might be something here. Come on, one-handed Joe. Uh-oh. Good, bad. Yes, it's just a fuse. I don't think I have one of those fuses, but I think we found our problem. Man, it's cool. For July, middle of July, get a rain, nice cool weather. Corn crop is going to love it. We'll go scout the corn crop here in just a moment. So here's what you do when you need a unique fuse. You call your local pivot guy and say, hey, how close are you? And he's just down the road. And I said, do you have any CCMR 20s? He said he'll look. He might not be at the truck, but he'll leave them out. Aha! Look what we have here. We have some 25s, which will work. So we will take 3 of these babies. I only need 1, but we will say thank you to Preston for being available. Put it on my account, my tab. We'll be back up and running today quickly. Awesome sauce. Fuse installed, safety in place, box on, no, off. We better, anybody have a screwdriver? Let's go ahead and turn that on, generate power, I suppose, and we will see what happens. Bingo, baby. Sweet. It works. Master mechanic or professional electrician. We will get a screwdriver and then fire this humdinger up. Good job, guys. All right, we are now out at the west pivot, and I am moving it north or in reverse direction. You can hardly see this panel right here because this photo eye is not working, so your computer screen is not coming on very bright, just like on your phone where you can adjust the brightness. So this is very difficult to see. Fortunately, I'm familiar with this. It still will work in touchscreen, but you're about blind. Why I'm moving the pivot, I am not going to be irrigating. We are cutting this field. What does that mean, Kale? We are in a seed field. We'll climb up here on the pivot point. Has anyone been up here on the pivot point to see a cornfield? Light bulb is working. Pivot is moving. The cutter is, I will zoom in on the cutter. There it is right there. And so this is a seed field, and we have male and female products, or what we call males and females. That way we can keep the genetics separate, but we're combining these two genetics through pollination to create a hybrid. And this hybrid corn will be sold to farmers and planted in 2024, 25 for the next 10 or 15 years on this hybrid. So anyway, what we're doing, we have male rows and then 4 female rows. 1 male, 1, 2, 3, 4 females. So this is a 4-1 pattern of males and females. And what happens in this male, remember we have the tassels, it's not quite out yet on the male. Tassels are on the top, and the ear will be right down here. And what we want is only the males to pollinate the females. So why we are cutting off the tops of these females, for a couple different reasons. One of the reasons, this is a sterile field, so these females are sterile. They will not reproduce themselves, mostly like 98%, but we'll go ahead and trim these pollinators off just in case we have a few break free on a sterile inbred. So that's why we're going through and cutting this field. And so it'll be pollinating here in the next 10 days. Tassels will come out and pollinate the silks down here on these corn plants. Let's get closer to that machine, and you can see essentially what it is a lawnmower blade that just trims across the top here, moves very, very fast. It's really neat. It looks like it's a new oxbow machine as well too. So boy, that'd be great if we can hop in, ride around a little bit. There you can see some pollinators. There's some males. That pollen is out. I think we are at 5%. So 5% of the males are pollinating right here now. So they'll be pollinating for the next week or two, and we just need the silks to come out, get pollinated, and create that hybrid.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
So essentially it is a 12-row machine, and you can set up different configurations on this. This is not a very deep cut. They have sensors on there, little photo eye sensors, so they can see when there is no crop and when there is crop, and they can adjust that to have that little hydraulic lawnmower blade speeding across the top here. Just trim the top right off. Doing a very good job. It is just a little bit tacky out here. Rain again. Pick up this stone. We do have rocks in the field, but this is from spreading manure. All right, my job now has changed a little bit from row crop farming back to electrician, kind of. I need to, like I said, it rained, excavate this footing that I was digging, carefully find the power lines, and then once I find the power lines, dig a trench next to the power lines all the way to that post that I just put in that has electricity on the other side, to kind of change, loop, and bypass, clean up a lot of this electricity that was put in here in the 60s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and this year, anytime we retrofit or upgrade we just kind of add on. This will make it a lot easier, cheaper, smarter, smoother. So we will use the excavator one-handed and dip in, grab some water, and then